Man, why gotta be so many cops right now, bro? I could just shoot. There's a fucking cop right there, bro. 2 cops, actually. You know what's cooler than looking at your phone while you're driving? Fucking driving. I'm never late to work in the morning. I'm never late to work in the morning, baby. I'm never late to work in the morning. 7:44. Gotta be there by 8:30. I could never be late in the morning. Lane split, I go split. Shawty got the beer like a bunzo. Make 'em fall in love like it's dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Shawty got the hair like Rapunzel. Make 'em fall in love like it's dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you trick some? Jupiter booty, can you trick some? Get the fuck out of my face. Radio. Radio. Let me take it, okay? So beautiful. Oh my god. I need to see how many work to do. I'm walking to my job. Oh my god. Don't touch over. Yeah, so I tried to make this video I think sometime last week, but when I tried to make it, I just ended up cursing a bunch and screaming because I was really upset. So about me almost getting shot. So I was on the middle lane of a road, kind of like this one, and I made a right turn into the right lane, and I probably had just as much space as this Subaru does to that pickup truck, right? And so I made my turn. I didn't use my indicator, classic Florida driving. And they flashed their high beams at me a bunch of times, and then proceeded to drive behind me at a very slow pace. And even when we got to intersections and the light turned like red, if I was in front of them and they had space to keep on going up, they still would stay behind me and make the people behind them wait, and they would never pass me. So I kept on like looking back, and I was getting kind of paranoid for good reasons. And yeah, eventually, after they followed me for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, we went down a road kind of like the road up there, and they were from here to where that white Chevy mom car is. And then like the woman slowed down And it was actually a Lexus that was just like that Lexus, like, except it was a gray color, it wasn't a white one. And like, she slowed down, right? It was a woman driving the car, and I knew it was a woman driving the car because I could see that in my rear view mirrors, right? And so she slowed down at the same time. Well, she slowed down and I slowed down with her because she was rolling down her window, so I assumed she just wanted to like say something, or maybe she was gonna yell at me or something, I don't know, right? And when she rolled down the window, I realized that there was a passenger in the car, and this passenger was a man. And the second that I realized that there was a passenger and he was a man, I also realized that he already had a pistol pointed directly at me. So I immediately, instinctively, I didn't even think about it. I just fucking, I was already in first. I just fucking, I completely took off, man. I mean, I felt like a track driver or a track rider for like a solid 10 minutes. I went all the way down the street. I went to the intersection. The light was red. I cut up in front of all the cars and I made a U-turn anyway because I felt like at any moment I was gonna get shot in the back. Like, or I was gonna get shot and I was gonna fall off my bike. That's the only thing I was thinking of, and my brain was like, fuck, 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 fuck. So I just went into pure primal fight or flight instinct and I chose flight. But sadly, my GoPro died right before that incident. Like literally right before I turned in front of that woman, my GoPro died. Because I was looking for the footage, hoping that I had it on camera so I can include it in the video. But as soon as I got home and checked, my GoPro was already dead, so I was just, you know, hoping and praying that it was on video, but I already looked through the videos and it's not there, sadly. But you know, something for drivers, like you guys, if you're in a car, right, and you see motorcycles, you gotta be a little bit nicer, man. Because like, look, you can roll down your window and you can scream whatever you want and say, ah, you're a bitch, you're a pussy, oh, fuck you, right? Like, I would have preferred that a million times more than having a gun pointed at my face and feeling like I was gonna die at any given second. Like, you guys need to remember, you're in like 2-ton machines. I mean, there's really not much a motorcyclist can do to a car to cause any sort of problems, right? I mean, maybe they can get in front of you, they can cut you off, they can give you the middle finger or give you a bad stare, right? Like, if a motorcyclist feels like you wronged them in traffic and they feel like they almost crashed, you guys need to learn how to, like, as in, like, drivers need to learn how to, like, sympathize with that and understand that the motorcyclist already feels like he's gonna die or she's gonna die at any given moment, and when you almost hit them, it makes them very upset because they don't want to die, they just want to ride their motorcycle. You get me? So sometimes, yeah, people are gonna throw their hand up or give you the finger or, you know, have a very pissed off body language or whatever. But I mean, you know, that's acceptable. That should be acceptable. You should just tolerate it, put your hand up, say you're sorry, and just keep on driving and let that person be. Now, if the motorcyclist has a gun, okay, or is getting off the bike to try to literally physically attack you, or is trying to, I don't know, destroy your car, then I understand taking, you know, some serious action, okay, because that person is literally trying to fight you. That's different, okay? But if you know, if the dude's just mad because he feels like you're being stupid or you almost killed him, then just accept it and keep on driving, man. Like, it's already annoying enough riding a motorcycle thinking my tire could pop at any second and I can just hit the floor and fucking die, or my chain can pop and then I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere, or I don't know, I hit a pothole and I'm gonna like fucking fall and die, or I'm gonna speed wobble at some point, I'm gonna fall and die, right? Or like driving on the right side of the road and then a car pulls out of a plaza at the last second and you're like, oh shit, I think I'm gonna fucking die. Like, you know, stuff like that. So if, you know, if you don't see a bike and they get really upset that you didn't see them, just just put your hand up and say you're sorry. Like, anytime that's happened to me, when somebody expresses that they're sorry, I immediately drop it, you know? I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, they're sorry, fuck it. You know, I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna give them the finger or stare at them a bunch. Because intimidating somebody with a handgun, that's just wrong, man. Especially, you know, I have a lot of trauma with gun violence and violence in general and living in bad areas and shit, and I turned my life around. So I wasn't scared when it happened, it just made me really upset. Like, when I got back home, I was just upset because I'm like, I tried so hard to get away from, you know, this type of thing happening to me, a gun being pointed at me, and here I am just trying to ride my motorcycle and I'm getting a gun pointed at me. You know, that made me really upset because I've worked really hard to, you know, change my life and get myself to the point where I can afford a fucking motorcycle, you know? You know, I'm not the person that I used to be, so that was a very upsetting experience for me. And you know, I'm still out here riding. I still rode the day after. But I'm not carrying my gun with me. It's just stupid, man. It really made me mad, and I tried to make a video about it the day after it happened, but I was just so upset that I just ended up screaming a bunch because I was like losing my shit. Like, I actually needed a couple days or like a week to like chill out because that incident really just made me want to be violent, you know? I wanted to find that person and strangle them, but I had to just let it go, man. Just gotta let it go. Shit like that's gonna happen. People are gonna get mad at you. You get back on your bike and you keep on riding, man. And if you don't have a camera with you, get a camera. Even if you're not gonna make YouTube videos, having a dash cam saves your life. I mean, especially in Miami and South Florida, if you don't have a dash cam and something happens, even if the person's in the wrong, if they see a way where they can manipulate the situation and make it look like it was your fault, they're gonna do it. It's happened to me before. My first car accident, when I drove a car, I mean, I still drive a car. My first car accident, I was like 18 years old, and there was a situation on 88th Street in Miami. I forget what year this is, and they had the entire main street was shut down next to a restaurant because there was an armed individual. So they had, like, so imagine, I don't know, your best main street in your town, right? And for blocks and blocks, it's cut off. You can't go through there for blocks. So you have to find a way through other streets to get around that main street, you know what I'm saying? Like making a big, long, you know, turn like that. You gotta pass all the way through the police scene and get around to the other side where the police scene ends, right? So that's what I did. I went all the way around through another street until the police scene ended. And there was a car in front of me, and at the very end of the street, so imagine this 15-mile-an-hour street is where the stoplight is at. Or actually, no. Imagine where that intersection down there, where those cars are at, imagine that's where the stoplight is at. The police were facing this way, meaning they were looking left down the street. And they started shooting, but they were shooting left, toward the left, down the street that way. I was about this far from the light. The car in front of me stops like a fucking GTA NPC and decided, you know what? I'm gonna throw it in reverse. And I had a Nissan Versa at the time, and I was blasting John by Lil Wayne with my windows down. I flashed my high beams probably about 10 times and honked simultaneously. I mean, I couldn't have made it any more clear that I was behind him, but he just reversed into my bumper. A cop that was on the street saw it, but they were more concerned with the shooting that just occurred, and all they said was, "Are you guys okay?" And then he walked away. So then we made a U-turn and went into like this apartment complex that was along the road, and the guy was like, what do you want to do? And I didn't have my license with me. I left it at home. I got off of work that day. I was going home from work. And he said, if you call the cops, I'm gonna say you hit me from the back. And I was like, dude, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, can you give me some money at least so I can fix this? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then so he gave me, I guess, like a faulty phone number, and he never sent me any money. And then I had to go with my fucking bumper hanging off while his car looked perfectly fine because he was in a Mercedes and I was in a lunchbox, the fucking Nissan Versa. And I ended up having to pay like $1,000 to fix my bumper by myself. But I mean, it's a good thing the cops didn't come that day for other reasons. But yeah, you know, if I would have had a dash cam, I could have said, fuck you, and calling the cops. And that would have been it. And I would have been in the right. And he would have been fucked. But I didn't have a dash cam, so I was that much at a disadvantage. But now, I always have a GoPro with me. I have 3 batteries that are always fully charged. The second I hear that one dies, I pull over and I fucking put in a new one, because if I don't, then things like what happened to me when somebody pulled a gun on me and my GoPro was dead happens. So you gotta be on top of swapping your batteries, man. You gotta make sure your camera's always recording. And I'm recording at 30 FPS now because I'm recording at 30 FPS now because 60 FPS, it just takes up way too much space. And it takes forever to fucking to export, and the files are just too large. When I'm at 30 FPS, I have like 9 hours worth of recording time, as opposed to like 5 hours with 60, which is a major difference. Why though, bro? Like why though? Wow, congratulations, you can go faster than me in a car. Fucking mind-boggling, bro. That's cool. For no reason. People just do that shit for no reason. You saw that? For no reason. Motherfuckers just love cutting people off, bro. Motherfuckers be like, nah, I got a whole lane to myself. Nah, let me cut somebody off.